Yo, what's up everybody? It's Steamboat. Today's new Fanny Pack day. I just saw the mailman drop off my package, so I'm gonna go get that. I'm gonna be taking a look at Hilltop's Roll Top Fanny Pack, so be sure to stick around. Let's do it. So anyway, back to it. So I ordered a roll top fanny pack. It took about 4 weeks, which is pretty standard for the lead times. If you're ordering from these small cottage industry like companies, just make sure that you're checking the lead time. Sometimes it doesn't always, they're not able to just process everything immediately. So be sure that you stay on top of that. So what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be taking this thing out of this envelope, kind of an unboxing. I'm also going to talk about 5 reasons why I think that other people like to use fanny packs while they're out on trail. And at the end of this video, I'm going to just talk about why I ordered this one specifically, and I'll just kind of give a comparison about some of the other fanny packs that I've been using. Without further ado, let's get into it. So Hilltop Packs is, like I said, out of Waynesburg, PA, family-owned company. I've seen their social page. It looks like they do a lot of activities and things while they're out there in PA, so it's really cool. I'm really happy to be able to partner with them as an affiliate and support them. Oh, yeah! Nice. Yeah, so already I'm like really happy with the way this thing looks. It's got a really great color. I wasn't sure exactly what this was going to look like. It's kind of hard to see exactly what it's going to look like when they print it on the DCF, but the way that this is looking really right now, I was able to just kind of like look through the image gallery that they kind of had, and then just kind of like use some deductive reasoning, and you know, just like saw this blue one and figured it was going to be like a darker purple. I was kind of afraid that the patterns on the purple was going to maybe kind of bleed into one another, or was going to be like real mushy, but kind of like with this augmented square pattern, it gives like a nice like abstract kind of vibe to it, and it's a nice like subtle purple that's on this thing. It's not too much pink in it. So it's pretty standard little fanny pack. I think it's a 4-liter variable capacity, just depending with this roll top. It's got 2 little clips. I'm assuming the belt is inside of this. So a little clip on the front. It's able to open it up. This also varies to accommodate different loads. Just a little roll top. Nice little snaps. 2 little snaps that are just here to hold this thing. I like that better, that there's no Velcro. Sometimes the Velcro can like kind of be abrasive on the skin as you're reaching into the bag. So that they incorporated the little snaps is nice. And just like I thought, the belt is inside. So it's nice and generous. It's just like an open container, just like a little bag. Just a little bag. They have like a hip belt attachment. So with the little belt, it looks like a nylon webbing belt, and there's a buckle in the back, and there's going to be 2 buckles. Oh wait, no, that's not how it works. All right, so the buckles will come apart. You're going to buckle it into the backs, and then these 2 clips. I don't know what's going on. There it is. I was using the wrong buckle. So they do a oh my goodness, that was so confusing. I was worried there for a second. So this buckle, all right, I didn't anticipate this. So they do include 2 buckles. The other buckle's on the floor right now, but this buckle, I think that you can be able to like use these 2 different types of attachments and kind of rig it up to the back of your backpack. Maybe there's like additional webbings and things that you can maybe slide these 2 things in. So then this actually becomes, it's not so much a fanny pack as it's like an auxiliary front pack, I suppose. So it's not attached to your body, but it actually attaches to the pack. I don't like this one. This isn't the belt that I'm going to use. So I'm going to put this one on the floor. The belt that I am going to use, the one that is on the floor, I'm going to use this one instead. All right, there we go. Yes, yes, yes. All right, cool. So this webbing, just the one singular piece, just a buckle. You insert into the buckle for safety. I learned that on an airplane one time. So there we go. It's all attached. Nice little attachment buckles to be able to put this on, and then just to demonstrate, make sure I get in the frame. And these are branded. So there's a little Hilltop Packs backpacking and hiking gear little thing on here, but as you roll it down, then you'll be able to cover up that logo if you're not into that. And then just like that, boom. Pretty slick. Not too bad. Yeah, I'm really happy with this. I'm really happy with the way that this looks. The DCF fabric seems like it's pretty solid. And last thing before I get into the points about why people might be carrying fanny packs, just kind of taking a look at some of the interior construction of this. All the stitching and all the sewing looks really clean. Yeah, they did a really nice job. Really nice job on this. And they've taped all of the seams. All the seams are taped too, to add and provide for that additional like water repellency and water resistance. So yeah, this is really cool. So there it is, Hilltop's Roll Top Fanny Pack right out of the envelope. Can't wait to get to use it. So my 5 reasons why I think that people carry fanny packs. The first one's going to be its functionality. So what do I mean by that? So I think it was like a trend a few years ago that in the ultralight hiking community, there was a conversation about the, I guess, usefulness or the efficacy, I guess, of carrying packs with hip belts. And as people are shedding weight, they were also like kind of taking off of their hip belts. And they kind of recognized that those hip belt pockets are really advantageous. So this is just a way that hikers were able to supplement those hip belts. And then I think that other hikers have just kind of like looked at that sort of trend and then recognized that this is just a really useful and convenient way to add a little bit of extra carrying capacity, especially when it comes to the things that you're going to want to have with you, like ready to hand, like all the time. So number one, it's functionality. This leads into its convenience. So it's just kind of convenience factor. The second reason why I think that people carry it. So a lot of the convenience, just to have something that's right there on your hip, that's always just easily accessible, that's ready to hand. And so the things that you can kind of put in here, you know, is just like your snacks, anything that you might otherwise stuff into a hip belt. What could also be really convenient for this, especially when you don't have things that are included in your kit, is like if you have any like particular medical supplies or any other particular supplies that are specific for you. So I'm kind of thinking that if you carry an EpiPen, this could be a great place, you know, just outside of your pack, so it's always with you, always on you, regardless of anything that's happening. And then if you ever needed to give instructions to somebody about like how to administer aid to you, then it would be really easy for them to be able to find that kit. So maybe like an EpiPen. If you're a diabetic, you could always like have your diabetic kit that's like kind of in here. If there's any other like medical things that you need specifically that you're carrying with you, you know, if you're in a place like Colorado or if you're like out in a Western hiker, you know, you can always carry your medical supplies in here too, if you know what I'm saying. With the functionality and the convenience, with those two things in mind, this is why I carry a fanny pack, and it's for my photo gear primarily. So I see that there's one thing that you can do is you can kind of like get this bracket, and I see people that like are hanging their DSLRs like right off of the sides of their shoulder straps. And for me, I think that that's like dangerous. And it's just because of the type of hiker that I am. The type of hiker that I am is I tend to fall down. I'm clumsy. I'm not always like really paying the most attention to everything that's going on around me at times. And sometimes I'll like open a buckle and all my stuff will fall down, or if I fall down, it's just like, especially falling down on trail, like maybe it's like a wet log or like on the mud or something, just knowing like how I normally fall, like if my camera is just attached to my shoulder strap, like it's going to be destroyed. So just like being able to carry all my camera gear in a fanny pack, because like where it sits, right, is just like above like a really sensitive area on your body, and so it's just like always kind of mindful to take care of like that particular spot like on your core. And so that's like why I feel comfortable just carrying my camera gear in the fanny pack, like on a front loader like that. Not everybody's kind of into that, you know, so it's just like this is just something that works for me, and this is what I like. A fourth reason that I think people carry fanny packs, and this is like another reason why I like to use it, is I tend to use my fanny pack more like a clutch. So what I like carrying here is, in addition to my photo gear, it's like also going to be my phone, my wallet, all those other essentials. So those essentials, basically everything that is in here, I treat it like a mini backpack. Like when I drop my pack, if I'm in town, anything else like that, then I just want to make sure that all my essentials are always with me at all times. And I approach it with that level of caution, because it's like I've heard stories that people like have jumped into the back of trucks and that truck will like take off, or they'll drop their pack like outside of a restaurant and that pack will be gone. And so it's just like, that's a bummer. That's a real bummer to have all your stuff stolen. But it's just like, as long as I know that like I've got my phone and my camera and my wallet, then I'm pretty sure that I could probably find my way out of a situation, and it's not going to be that complicated. If I lose my wallet and if I lose my phone, like trying to reconnect with my things or trying to replace gear, trying to make it home, even trying to buy like a bus ticket, right, is going to become impossible. So just knowing that just like I'm always carrying those essentials with me, so that I know that regardless of the situation that I find myself in, I can always get it out of. And that's like what just gives me the peace of mind. It's why I really like carrying this. And that transfers out of town too, off trail. So I've been carrying a fanny pack since I was on the AT in 18. And so for the past 3 years, I've kind of really just enjoyed carrying a fanny pack like on a sort of like every day anyway, just to carry those additional things that I have with me, kind of everyday carry type things. So I always have my essentials, so I'm not overloading my pockets. And that's just at the everyday. But then it's just like if you're out there and you got your little short shorts, and maybe, you know, you got your little Melanzana hoodie or whatever the case might be, then, you know, you're not going to have very many places to put things. And so it's just like, I just really like carrying this with me. So it's just like, I know that it's always in one place and I never have to worry. And it's just like, I just grab my fanny pack and that's what I need. So it's always ready to go. So that's weird. Like I'm just talking about it, and it's like if you're on a long distance hike, I mean, it's just like, and then so you're already like carrying like a bug out kit just in case you got to bail out off of your hike, which is kind of weird, but you know, whatever. And my last reason I think that hikers like to carry fanny packs while they're on their hikes is because it's super fashionable. You may not agree with that. You might think it's totally uncool, and it is. It is uncool. It's not the coolest thing in the world. But you can make it cool, you know, if you just rock it and you're proud about it. I really like rocking these sorts of things, but what I really like about Hilltop is that you can print. You can print. They're digital printing DCF fabric, which I think is super rad. So if you like go onto their website, you can see like all the other prints that people have kind of done. You can upload your image and they'll print it off right there. So it's just a really great way to like add to that customization and that sort of just like individuality to like some of your gear. So it's just my personal opinion, but I think the days of like gray canvas and like olive drab, like those days are over. Like it's time to make hiking fun, you know, and it's just like you can wear cool colors, you can like do all these cool digital printing, and just like you can start to accessorize with like really fun things like this, you know. And I think it's just like a really great way to like add that extra like just like enjoyment and levity, because come on, you're out there hiking, it's fun. Just make it fun. And for me, like, I think that generally the best way that I like to go out there and have fun, of course, is like be able to like go out there and just see the nature and be able to enjoy those sorts of things. But it's right here, making videos and capturing the moments and things. And so the reason why I bought this one is, like I said, it's the variable height. So between the 2 and the 4 liters, I'm pretty sure that I can fit anything. This is what I've been using in the past. So what I used on the AT is this right here. It's a North Street fanny pack. It's got 2 zippers, but the problem with this, and this is something to keep in mind if you're like trying to find a fanny pack, this one buckles in the back where your backpack goes. So this buckle would be like sitting, and so I had to wear this really loose around me, and it wasn't very convenient. It held what I needed to at the time, but I recognized that like, hey, this is okay, but if I'm riding my bike, this is preferable. But for the hiking, this is not going to be good. So what I did was I went ahead and I like upgraded all my camera gear, and so just like the camera that I'm shooting on right now, it's like a Lumix. It's a Micro Four Thirds camera, and I wanted to carry like my microphone and then also like some lenses with it and stuff, but it wasn't going to fit in that smaller fanny pack, and so I just bought like a dedicated kind of camera bag, and this is like a Think Tank mirrorless 10. And I found that everything that I needed to carry like would fit in this, but it's not designed as a hip belt. And so I actually would string it through my hip belt, but from the rubbing and things, through the abrasion, like it started to like eat a hole. You can see that, right? Just like started to chew right through this sort of thing. And so I like the volume of this a lot. Just the construction of it. It's not a dedicated like hiking thing. It's just like it's for a camera, and it's just holding the camera gear. I couldn't fit anything else in here. So all these things combined together, and just like recognizing the precipitation, and that typically, you know, a zipper is going to be a critical point of failure when it comes to these gears. This fabric and like the craftsmanship and stuff, like it's not going to wear out. Like that mechanical component, like the zipper is going to be the first thing to wear out. And so I was really attracted to Hilltop because there's no zipper. And I found out there's no Velcro either that I talked about before. So I'm like really excited, really jazzed about this design. So there you have it, Hilltop's Roll Top Fanny Pack. So if you've liked this video, be sure to give it a like. Be sure to subscribe too. In about 6 months, I'm going to be doing a review about this thing. In 2021, I'm already planning on hitting a section of the Arizona Trail and then probably doing a through hike of the Collegiate Loop here in Colorado. So in about 6 months, I'll do a review of this thing after I get some trail miles under my belt. So if you're a fanny pack user, I want to hear from you. Let me know. Let me know what fanny pack that you've been using and how you think it's best to sort of like go about, and what you like to carry in yours. If you're not a fanny pack user and you think it's uncool, I want to hear from you too, but you know, like keep it respectful. Thanks for checking out the fanny pack unboxing and my first look. Peace out.